there, I'm Colleen Taylor with TechCrunch TV here at TechCrunch Disrupt New York 2015, and sitting with me is Jessica Martino, who's the founder and CEO of Clique Chic, which is a company that we have been familiar with at Disrupt because we met you guys, I guess, in Boston a few months back. You won the pitch-off at the Boston Meetup event. Give me a small example of your pitch right now. Explain to everyone here what Clique Chic is.
Well, Clique Chic is a members-only shopping and personal styling destination for women's designer fashion. And really what that means is we have a core mission, and that's to bring the traditional luxury shopping experience that has been perfected offline to an online environment, to make you feel as welcomed as you do when you shop in a luxury store versus shopping on Amazon for consumer electronics, which is what I felt when I shopped for fashion online.
Now explain to me a little bit more what that means, because maybe for some people here, they've never really spent a lot of time in a luxury store. What is that luxury experience? Because I've been to the mall, I've been to the Gap, but maybe I haven't been to, Louis Vuitton.
So I'll give you a Bergdorf example. If you're a top customer at Bergdorf, you enter the store, you're greeted by name, your personal shopper will take you to your own private room where she or he will have already selected items they know you'll love in your size, and you'll enjoy the shopping experience while sipping a glass of champagne. And so if you start with that experience and then try to replicate that experience online, you're browsing thousands of items potentially to maybe find something you have if you're not interrupted by a phone call or a text message. And then when you find something, you're wondering, is it in my size and will it actually fit when it ships to me?
And I guess you guys do everything but the champagne, so that's good.
We do, exactly. And so what we try to take away is the anonymity from the online shopping. So Clique Chic's process starts with our potential members answering questions that range from the brands they have in their closet, their size and dimensions, fabrics they dislike, colors they like, patterns they avoid, their style icon. And so when they become a member and we grant that, they're entering a store and we can welcome them because we know who they are. And our platform allows our customers to browse as they would another site, or they can access our personal shopper by phone, chat, or email, and we can style them in real time in their size. And so that's really what we're trying to do, is build a relationship so they feel that there is a person behind Clique Chic, even if we're an online platform.
Now, one thing I've heard about luxury brands in general is that obviously they're big brands and they don't want their name to be diluted, and so they don't necessarily want to be on an Amazon. They do want to be in a Bergdorf's or a Neiman Marcus or even more exclusive, smaller boutiques. How have you gotten the brands to come onto Clique Chic now that you guys are a startup? How do you persuade these luxury brands to sell on your site?
I think Clique Chic has the core values that a luxury brand has. And what we focus is the DNA of a luxury brand and experience is about personalization, service, and exclusivity. And by nature, digital and online and browsing publicly doesn't really speak to those values inherently. And so I've been able to talk about the product and in addition leverage the fact that I came from a luxury group. I spent 4.5 years at Louis Vuitton, LVMH, and I also spent time at Vogue magazine, and my background was digital. So the reputation I've had in the market and the DNA that the Clique Chic brand has allowed me to build those relationships with brands that are looking to preserve their identity and really create that luxury experience online with their customers.
And how have the past few months been, you guys? It sounds like it's been very busy. You've launched to the public, you won the pitch off at Disrupt. How has the growth been, and what are your plans for the months ahead?
So it's been great to launch. We had a beautiful piece in WWD, which is Women's Wear Daily, an industry publication. And since launch, we've really been engaging with our members We got great feedback. We've been generating and growing our sales and growing our membership, and we still have not launched our actual advertising. So it's been great to see growth organically through the press and through the industry. And I could say our members we have repeat customers. We have members that are women. We have a former NFL player that's one of our members. So it's really great to see this company grow and really speak to that customer.
Has the response been different than maybe what you assumed it would be? I know that you've worked on this for a long time, but I think there's always a little bit of a difference from what actually comes in once you're live to the public. Has the Clique Chic customer been different than you thought she and he would be?
I think that what we've seen is that we need to allow the customer to enjoy the product the way that best fits their lifestyle. And so what we've realized is some customers want us to style looks, and some customers just want to engage with us. And we've started to see a lot more engagement with customers that really want that personal attention to the point that they start having ongoing conversations and want an exclusive experience offline as well. So those are the types of things that we knew would come, but we didn't know how important it would be to certain customers. And on the other hand, we realized that some customers are really looking for completing a look and revamping their closet, while others are simply shopping for one item. And so we need to be able to balance both without compromising the service that we're trying to provide them.
And last question here,
sure.
on a personal note, it sounds like your background has been in these huge brands. You know, eBay is a great company, LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Vogue. I think for a lot of people, once they got to LVMH or once they got to Vogue, they'd say, that's it, that's the brass ring, I'm gonna stay here. Yeah. Was there anything that really motivated you to leave these dream jobs and become an entrepreneur? I
think that I started off my career early on, and I was employee number one at one of the small companies I worked for. And then moving on to eBay, it was definitely a large established company when I was working there, but it still had a very creative, lean startup mentality. And even my role at LVMH I was hired to launch a new brand. So it was funded by LVMH, but it was a startup. And so I was always attracted to that, and I just felt that there was an opportunity in the market, and we weren't serving the luxury customer in a way that I felt they deserved. And so that gap, combined with the idea that I wanted to be able to build something and be efficient while doing it and creative and work with really great people and a great team along the way, that was just something I felt really was important to me.
Well, I think we're going to be hearing a lot about Clique Chic in the months ahead, so I'm really excited that you came by TechCrunch Disrupt to give us an update.
Great, thank you. It was a pleasure.
And stay tuned, we'll be back with more coverage.